So I'm continuing on in this series of some of my favorite instrument builds over the last few years, just kind of giving some backstory and further details you really can't see in the photographs of these things. And we come today to the woman jumping over the stool banjo. And this was kind of the first major instrument that I made. And I say major because I like to challenge myself. I like to make everything I possibly can myself. There's probably some deep-seated insecurities back there for that, I guess, but something about that I really respond to is trying to do everything I possibly can myself and learning new things. And so outside of the tuners, which I can't make, the strings that I can't make, and the head that I can't make, everything else is made from scratch by me. So I made every nut and bolt, every hook, everything. And so I had to learn a little bit about knurling on a lathe. I already knew some tap and die stuff, but some other kind of high tolerances, making the tension hoop, making the tone ring, which we'll talk about in a second. So there's a lot of metal work in here and also a lot of woodworking stuff going on. So we'll go to the woodworking side of this thing first. It's made of cherry and locust. That's what the pot is made out of. It's an Ashbourne style pot. It has a cherry neck. You can see there. The top of this has cherry and bog oak, which is an oak tree that's been fallen into a bog, a bunch of sulfur. And so it's naturally black through and through. And an old mentor of mine actually gave me a chunk of bog oak sitting up over there that I put into here, as well as into the armrest. So let me get up here. You guys can see it. So there's that bog oak and cherry, and it has my little leather stamp in there. Ignore the phone ringing. Now, the armrest is done the same way. It's made out of cherry and bog oak, and the cherry has aged over the last few years that I've made this and had this, and so it's gotten nice and dark. But the armrest is actually removable. It's just put on by magnets, so I can put it anywhere I want. So I can slide it up or down or take it off. But it's just a curved piece of metal that kind of sticks on there. The tailpiece, I also really enjoyed making the tolerances for this thing. There's some funny little bits in here, design-wise. This string, this pin is spaced differently than the rest of them. Or sorry, this pin, I wasn't pointing right. The middle pin there is spaced differently because I knew that the string was thicker on the fourth string. What I didn't realize was it's just the same thickness when it comes down to the loop. So I made some extra space and didn't really need it. But the main feature of this thing is the neck. And so it's all inlaid, and it's an old Eadweard Muybridge photograph of a woman jumping over a stool. I'd never seen a instrument, a banjo specifically, with an image. I've seen a bunch of inlay and presentation banjos and stuff, but never one that had one complete image over the whole neck. So I thought it was a great kind of opportunity. It's about a 32nd of an inch deep in there, so you can see it this way. And so it's an acrylic, a white acrylic that's inlaid into the Richlite fingerboard. And I loved the fact that you can watch the woman jump over the stool, and when she lands, she kind of ducks, and it's right at that fifth peg. That was always the problem, is you have this big space here, relatively big, and then because it goes relatively small. And trying to kind of fit an image in that was really kind of difficult to design. So, and I thought the kind of starburst pattern up here matches the carving on the heel. It's more of a modern Art Deco style carving versus kind of an intricate, leaf carving or anything else. Take this out. The tone ring is based on a tubaphone tone ring. You can see it in there. And so it is a hollow, square steel tube with holes all in it, with a brass rolled ring sitting on top. So I had to fabricate and make all of that, and so I welded up the ring in pieces and then rolled the brass, you know, drilled the holes and put it all on top. So it gives it a nice loud punch. A little out of tune, we'll tune it up before we play. But yeah, I thought this would be kind of my major player. It's the one that I've enjoyed the most. Oh, a few more details here. I'll show you guys. I have a little leg rest that I kind of built on there because these knurled knobs you can feel. But yeah, all of these knobs, there we go, they don't have any kind of nut spacing to squeeze on. Like they don't have an 1/8 inch or half inch or 1/4 inch kind of thing for a wrench. They each have a pinhole in them for a wrench that I made so I can tighten them and not have any kind of bolts kind of feeling on there. I also made them a little deeper so I could add things in there. So that's how I attach a strap to this, is I can actually put a screw through these on either side. So that's how I hold in this leg rest or these little screws. So let's get a sound sample and you can hear what it sounds like. All right, well, for most of the videos, I think we've been playing a little Angelina the Baker. We'll play a little something different on this one. We'll play a little Sal's Got Mud Between Her Toes. I always like playing that song on this banjo. So this is the woman jumping over the stool banjo. So that's this one. Hope you enjoyed. So we'll come up with the next one soon. Have a good day.